Hey, what's going on YouTube, and welcome to another video here on Variety and Errors for all of us currency lovers. Let's talk a little bit about the next 5 installments to the 2020 quarter series. So what quarter series am I talking about? That is the America the Beautiful quarter series, and these 5 quarters are going to come from American Samoa, Connecticut, U.S. Virgin Islands, Vermont, and Kansas. Now, I personally lived in Kansas many years ago, about 15 years ago, and it's a great state, so that one's a little more personal to me. However, all of them are really beautiful quarters, so let's talk a little bit about the release dates for them. Now, if you're not familiar with the America the Beautiful quarter series, the series calls for one quarter from all 50 states, as well as the District of Columbia, and all 5 U.S. territories. So it's a combined 56 sites that will be honored, with the final one being released in 2021. Now, these are going to cover the 51st through 55th coins, so there's only going to be one that's released in 2021. So 2020 is coming right around the corner. The 5 release dates to look for: on February 3rd, 2020, the National Park of American Samoa in American Samoa quarter will be released. April 6th is the Weir Family National Historic Site in Connecticut quarter. June 1st is the Salt River Bay National Historic Park and Ecological Preserve that's located in the U.S. Virgin Islands, and there will be a quarter for that. August 31st is the Marsh Billings Rockefeller National Historic Park in Vermont. And November 16th, so towards the end of 2020, the Tallgrass Prairie National Preserve, which I visited in Kansas, the quarter for that will be released. In August, the U.S. Mint unveiled also art images for these coins, which have been streaming throughout this video. They're very beautiful. If you've seen any of the National Park quarters or America the Beautiful quarters in this series, they all are absolutely lovely graphic designs. They pull from many designers for these coins, so it's very, very wonderful that it runs across a gamut of different design concepts. The quarters will begin their journey into general circulation through the Federal Reserve on the aforementioned dates we just covered, with each minted at the United States facilities in both Denver and Philadelphia. The San Francisco Mint also produces quarter dollars, but only for specially packaged numismatic products, not for individual quarters going into circulation. But you can go to the Mint's website and order specifically from them for products that are coming from the San Francisco Mint, if that matters to you. They usually handle, like I said, kind of specialty items. Now, you can purchase rolls and bags in circulating quality, circulating versions in coin sets, uncirculated editions in annual sets, and also proof versions in annual sets, which I believe are the ones coming from the San Francisco Mint. The U.S. Mint will also use the same designs on any bullion or a collector's version of these coins that contain 99.9% silver, and they're going to be struck to a diameter of 3 inches. Now, many outlets online are covering this. There's probably a lot more information out there that covers that, but hey, you can kind of search on that or go to varietyerrors.com and learn a little bit more about the actual series itself. Let's discuss some images on these coins. The U.S. Mint did publish images back about 4 or 5 days ago for all 5 coins. So let's take a look here as we see the depiction on the first one, which is the 2020 National Park of American Samoa. It's going to depict here, obviously, a mother bat and a baby bat kind of hanging upside down on the front of the coin here. Or well, actually, it's the reverse of the coin, sorry. This is designed by Richard Masters. The actual engraver is someone named Phoebe Hemphill, who's actually engraved some other coins as well. Masters' design depicts a Samoan fruit bat mother hanging in a tree with her pup, evoking the remarkable care and energy that this species puts into their offspring, and then, of course, transitions that to be representative of America and our youth, and so on and so forth. The inscriptions on it are National Park, American Samoa, the year 2020, and of course, E Pluribus Unum. The next 2020 coin is going to be the Weir Farm National Historic Site found in Connecticut. This is designed by Justin Coons, sculpted by Phoebe Hempel as well. Coons' design portrays an artist wearing a painter's smock, painting outside Julian Alden Weir's studio at Weir Farm. It is inspired by various images of the studio and Weir's paintings created on the property. It will have a creative inspiration from a rural environment. The inscriptions are a national park for art. Additional inscriptions are Weir Farm, Connecticut, the year for the series 2020, and of course, E Pluribus Unum. Another 2020 coin coming out, or quarter coming out, is the Salt River Bay National Historic Park and Ecological Preserve found in the U.S. Virgin Islands. This one's also designed by Richard Masters, but it's engraved by Joseph Mena, who's done quite a few engravings and sculpting. Masters' design depicts a red mangrove tree in an early stage of its life cycle, as it evolves from a very small plant into an adult tree. The design brings awareness to the park's endangered mangrove forests and the unique and delicate nature of species that are found there. Inscriptions are going to include Salt River Bay, U.S. Virgin Islands, 2020, and, as always, E Pluribus Unum. The next quarter is the 2020 Marsh Billings Rockefeller National Historic Park. This is found in Vermont. It is designed by a wonderful designer named Donna Weaver. And the engraver is different than the other ones. It's Michael Gaudioso. He's engraved quite a few things for commemorative coins. Weaver's design depicts a young girl completing the planting of a Norway spruce seeding near an established tree, continuing the life cycle of the forest and buffing the importance of keeping the life cycle of our forests intact. The inscriptions will include land stewardship. Additional inscriptions are Marsh Billings Rockefeller, Vermont, 2020, and E Pluribus Unum. And the last quarter for the America the Beautiful Quarter series is the 2020 Tallgrass Prairie National Preserve in Kansas. Now, I've actually visited this place. This designer is Emily Damstra, and the sculptor is Renata Gordon. It's a beautiful depiction on the coin. Damostra's design depicts a skyward view of the regal fritillary butterfly against a backdrop of big blue stem and Indian grasses. Iconic to this prairie are those grasses and those butterflies, so it's absolutely appropriate that those are the depictions on the coin. Inscriptions will include Tallgrass Prairie, Kansas, the Series 2020, and E Pluribus Unum. America the Beautiful coinage share the same obverse on all of them, so these are the reverses we've been talking about, which is of course a portrait of George Washington by John Flanagan. This image has been on a quarter since 1932, so if you watch my video that covered very valuable quarters, you know already that there's been really no changes, if any, to the obverse of U.S. quarters since 1932. The portrait underwent digital enhancements in 2010 to bring out a little bit of George Washington's, but nevertheless, the actual graphic on the obverse of U.S. quarters, Washington quarters, has yet to change in, approaching 100 years. So isn't that wild? Let me know what you think of these releases in the new quarter, the America the Beautiful Quarter series, these 5 new releases. And of course, let me know what you've come across in your coin and bill searches lately in the comments below. I will meet you there, and I will see you in the next video.